Hi there. We're going to be trying to manipulate a few files today, so you have to bear with me. Hopefully I'll get it right. I don't know how many takes I've had, but here we go. What I thought I'd do, we've come to the end of another set of 5, and so we've seen a development of various themes going on. And I thought today we'd start with the end of the last one so we can see where we've come from. And also I'll talk a little bit about what I've been doing. And so we'll start off. This is the second half of the 10th, and it's called Augmented Reality. So there you go, augmented reality. Now, why did I call it that? Well, let you into a secret, just between you and I. This has really been, I started doing these at the beginning of 2013. It's been a musical diary of what's been going on, and also my thoughts about what's been going on. And a lot of people will know it's now 2019. The UK's been going through a general election, and that was based on the fact that actually what was going on. We had all sorts of stories in the press, and a lot of people got confused and didn't quite know, what the reality was. So I was alluding to augmented reality and the fact that actually, we'll see what's going on, and then we'll see how it's reported, or we'll see how it's depicted and interpreted, and try and work out what it all means. So there you go. That was that day. We then moved into a new group of 5, so we shifted the key, and so this is now the general election period. So you've got Scuttle, which was alluding to the running around, the sort of busyness of the day before election day, running around. So you've got lots of strings whooshing around. I've been told my children like the word whoosh, but marking time is election day itself, so really that's quite rhythmic, and it's all about, this is the process, and lots of things are happening, but actually it's time. You start at 7, finish at 10 at night, and then go right the way through, probably until 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. The next one, Celebration Waltz. The day after, there's always someone celebrating, and there's always someone not celebrating, but actually, it's celebrating the process of democracy anyway. Then the next one, I was heading away from tonality, and parallel fourths is something that I always is one of my first routes out of something that's more formal, but it always makes me think of Roman legions, which is why I called that legion. And then I alluded to the fact that, and this was yesterday, when we had the high strings, spiccato strings, and that we were heading somewhere else. And then today's I've called Muddied Waters, and I've gone away from the key. You can still hear it's there, and actually the melody is in there, and it's the same, but it's in a completely different surrounding. So what sort of things am I alluding to there? There you go. If you want to comment, please do below, and it'd be good to have a conversation about this. So what I'm going to be doing is jumping around from the first 4. We've got a couple of minutes of music coming up, because we'll play the whole of Muddied Waters, but we'll do 8 bars of the others mixed up, so you can get a flavour, and then we'll hear today. So you'll get a flavour of how things have changed and what's been going on. So we'll start off with Scuttle. So that gives you a flavour of where we've been. This is where we are today, and what I've done is I've gone from augmented triads at the beginning of the 5 days, and we're now on diminished. So the whole thing feels a lot more crushed and a little bit more ambiguous as to which key we're in. It's one of the good things about diminished triads, chromatics, and all of that. But anyway, here we go. Today's is Muddied Waters. There we go. So what's going on in my mind there? We're now heading, tomorrow we'll go up a semitone and we'll be heading towards winter solstice, and one of the darkest times in the year, when we have the least amount of daylight. And what I might do is, I've been doing this now this will be my 7th winter solstice. I might go back through the years and we'll see how that's evolved over time as well. All sorts of ideas, but I'm thinking we need to be dark. We need to be heading for a darker sound. We also need, at the end of that darkness, we then have Christmas Day, which I traditionally, we want to make as bright and as much of a celebration as possible. And then we'd move into the new year as well. So there's all sorts of things going on in my mind and how I want to develop it over the next few days, and we'll see how that goes. So let me know what you think. If you want to like it, please do, and subscribe as well, and then you'll know when I've got round to putting them up on the web. So thank you very much for listening. Cheers.